Hello, welcome, Autumn. Can you see and hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Great. Welcome again. My name is Emma. I'll be your host today, and we have about 25 minutes together to complete a scenario and reflect briefly. Were you able to review today's scenario?
Yes, I was.
Any questions about it?
No, ma'am.
Great. Well, let's take a moment to review the goal. In this simulation, you're the teacher of a sixth grade language arts English class and are focused on teaching a brief but thorough vocabulary lesson. Your goal is to facilitate a multisensory instruction of a Tier 2 vocabulary word, assessing and addressing gaps in understanding, and to engage the students in a practice activity as a means to ensure comprehension. So, with that in mind, which Tier 2 vocab word will you be focusing on today?
I will be focusing on the word dehydrate.
Great. And what kind of gaps in understanding do you expect from the students today as they engage in the lesson?
Um, I expect them to not know what the word means or the correct context to use the word.
Yeah, so maybe not the how to use it or the context. Are there any strategies you think might be effective?
Um, One strategy I think would be effective is showing images of something that isn't dehydrated and then something that is dehydrated and having them and asking them which one is dehydrated to kind of give them that visual image of what dehydrated means.
Okay, yeah, so showing them visuals of dehydrated and not dehydrated to let them understand. So a few things to note: if you need to pause, just say pause simulation. I'll return to assist. A quick reminder about the students: they are able to do a wide variety of movements and facial expressions. If they're asked to do something that is beyond the capabilities of the program, for example, to clap or give a thumbs up or speak all at once, one of them will politely respond with the principal says, "We can't do that." That'll be your cue to move on and try a different tactic. Any questions about that?
No, ma'am.
If you have any visuals, make sure any blur filters are off. There's also a self-view camera for positioning. That icon is to your right and it looks like a screen with the outline of a person. For your lesson today, the students will all have name cards. From left to right, you'll see Mina, Will, Jayla, Emily, and Carlos. Your lesson today will have up to 20 minutes, and then I'll come back and briefly reflect. If you finish sooner, feel free to excuse the students to recess whenever you're done. Any other questions I can answer?
No, ma'am.
And how would you prefer the students address you today?
Miss Emery?
Wonderful. Well, when you see the students on your screen, you can begin your lesson with them.
Hello. Hello. I
Good.
love your blue curtain. It's very pretty.
Thank you. All right. I'm going to. So, our word that we're going to discuss today is dehydrate. I am going to read you a short passage, but before I do that, I do have some questions I would like to ask you, and I would like you to keep in mind while we read. So, our first question is think about a time that you were very hot. What happened to your body? Did you sweat? Did you get nauseous? Things like that. Our next question.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Just think about those. Don't answer them. Okay, got it.
It's okay. And my next one is have you ever seen a plant that wasn't watered for a long time? And what did it look like? So please keep those in mind as we read, and I will ask for your answers, and then I will ask you a few more questions. All right?
Okay.
So, our passage is called Dehydration. When it's hot outside and you've been sweating, you get thirsty. Why? Thirst can be a sign of dehydration. Dehydration means that your body does not have enough water in it to keep it working properly. A person gets water by eating and drinking. You lose water when you sweat, get sick, or vomit. Our bodies need water to work properly. Usually, you can make up for the water you lose, like when you come in from outside and have a long, cool drink of water. All right. So let's answer the first question I asked, which was think about a time that you were very hot. What happened to your body?
Um. If I thirsty.
Okay. Anybody else?
Uh. Hot. Yeah. Like have a dry mouth.
Okay. Any other answers?
Yes. Feeling thirsty and probably tired.
Okay, very good. Now, I'm going to continue and then I will ask you our other questions. If you don't replace the water your body has lost, you might start feeling sick. And if you go too long without the water you need, you can become very ill and might need to go to the hospital. Many times, kids get dehydrated when they're playing hard and having fun. Have you ever gotten really sweaty and red faced when you've been playing?
Yes, if I'm at the theme park and I'm running around and it's really hot, then yeah, I get sweaty all over and hot and red. Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
especially when it's really hot outside. Yes. And then I really want to drink cold water.
All right. This often happens when it's hot outside, but it can happen indoors too, like if you're practicing basketball. Kids can also get dehydrated when they're sick. If you have a flu or a cold, you might throw up or get really thirsty. On top of that, you probably don't even feel very much like eating or drinking something. If you have a sore throat, you might find it hard to swallow food or drink. And if you have a fever, you can lose too much water because the water evaporates from your skin in an attempt to cool your body down. So, my next prompts are the article says that thirst can be a sign of dehydration. What does dehydration mean in this sentence?
Well, if it's does that mean like getting thirsty?
That's one meaning of it. Yes, correct.
If it's hot outside and you need to drink water, maybe
Very
you haven't
good.
drank enough water.
Okay, those are good answers. Keep those in mind for the end. But our next question is, let's see. The text says kids get dehydrated when they're playing hard. What is causing the dehydration in this part?
Is it because they haven't drank enough water and it's hot outside?
Close. So I'll go ahead and explain it. So moving around too much can cause you to sweat, which can cause you to become dehydrated because the water that's in your body is now trying to cool you off on the outside, so you become sweaty. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm going to continue. Being thirsty is the top clue. Here are some other signs that a person might be dehydrated: feeling lightheaded, dizzy, or tired, a rapid heartbeat, or a dry mouth. If you can, try to not get dehydrated in the first place. If you're going to be outside, it's a good idea to drink water before, during, and after you play, especially if it's hot. Dehydration can happen along with heat-related illnesses, such as heat exhaustion. If you're sick, keep taking small sips of water, even if you're not that thirsty or hungry. Eating an ice pop is a great way to get fluids. All right, so our next question that I'm going to ask you all is, explain in your own words what dehydration means.
So is it like if you don't have enough water and you're hot and you need to drink water? Yeah, like you need water, that makes you dehydrated, is that right? Yes, that's what I think.
That's pretty close. All right, so I'm going to go over our word and what it means, but I've heard all your guesses. You're very right about it meaning you're losing water or the water is being taken out of something, like when you're sweating, when you're outside playing and you get really thirsty. So, our word is dehydrate. Would anyone like to guess the part of speech that our word is?
It sounds like, is it a verb?
Very good. Yes, it is a verb. Awesome. So, I've got our phonemes here for the word. So, D-I-H-A-I-D-R-E-I-T. Those are the phonemes that make up the word dehydrate. So the I makes an E sound, the A and the I make the HY sound, and the EIT makes the ATE sound. So our word can be broken down into 3 syllables: dehydrate, dehydrate. Our prefix means D, which means to remove something. So, can anyone think of a word that also has the prefix D in it?
Well, you could say destruct.
Very good. Yes, that means to remove stress. Another one is deflate, as in I am deflating a balloon.
Oh, yes.
All right. And our suffix hydrate means water. So, like hydration, hydrate, those all mean water. Any questions?
No, hydrate means water, so remove water. Yes, that makes sense.
All right, so let me clarify. So hydrate means water, D means to remove. Putting it together, you get dehydrate, which means to remove water. So the suffixes on the prefix and the suffix on its own mean two different things. Putting them together makes them mean one thing. All right, so can anyone think of a word that would be similar to dehydrate?
Well, it's kind of like to dry out then if it's removing water, right? So dry or dry
Very
out.
good. Very good. Another one would be drain or evaporate.
Yes, I was going to say evaporate.
Very good. So, now that we know that, I'm going to show you a few images, and I would like you to tell me whether it's dehydrated or not dehydrated. So, let's start with these plants.
Those look dehydrated. I can't really tell, but they look like they're dry.
Very good. They are dehydrated. How about this person on a very hot day?
Dehydrated. They look very hot.
Very good. All right. How about this fruit?
I can't really tell. It looks like it could be dehydrated.
It is. It is dehydrated fruit. All right. How about this plant?
Yes, that looks dehydrated.
Very good. All right. So, now that we know that, I'm going to use the word in a sentence. And then I'm going to go around the table and I'm going to ask you all to use that word in a sentence as well. So, my sentence is, if you don't get enough water, you can dehydrate. Who would like to start us off for their sentence?
I can. So, if you're hot outside and you don't drink enough water, you will dehydrate.
Very good, Mina. All right, Will, would you like to go next?
If you don't drink enough water, you'll dehydrate.
Very good. Jayla?
If I'm at the theme park and I'm hot and don't drink water, I will dehydrate.
Awesome. All right, Emily, your turn.
If the flowers don't get enough water, they will dehydrate.
Very good. All right, Carlos?
Yes, if I play outside, it's very hot, and I don't drink water, I will dehydrate.
Awesome. All right. So, I'm going to kind of do a little example here. So, pretend this is a flow of water. So, I have all the water right now, right? What do you think will happen if I start to do this? Am I losing water or gaining it?
Losing.
Very good. So that is what dehydrate means. So for example, plants can dehydrate, like I showed you. If they don't get enough water, they wilt. If people don't get enough water, they get sick, thirsty, tired, their mouth gets dry. Animals can dehydrate, like for example, if you have a dog and he starts panting really, really hard on a hot day, he's probably dehydrated. Fruit can also dehydrate, like for example, grapes get dehydrated to become raisins. Meat can be dehydrated, for example, like beef jerky. So dehydrate just means to remove the water from something. So, can anyone tell me something that you think that you could remove water from?
Well, like we saw food.
Yeah, you can remove water from food. What about objects? Do you think you can remove water from an object?
Yes, you probably could depending on the object. For instance, a sponge, definitely you could remove water.
Very good. Yes, that is what I was going to say. A sponge, if you leave it out to dry, it will become dehydrated and there will be no more water. Same with a towel. Um, so dehydrate just means to remove water, and I'm going to ask you a few more questions. So, think about your own life. When might you become dehydrated?
Well, if you're playing outside and it's really hot, you don't have enough water. You could also become dehydrated at the pool or beach if it's very hot and you don't drink water, or at
All
the
right.
theme park.
All right. What about could you get dehydrated playing sports and gym?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. So dehydration isn't something that's just limited to something being outside. It could be inside, like, an inside plant, playing sports in the gym. Um, it's pretty much your body's way. So when you lose water, the sweat is your body's way of trying to keep you cold. And when you lose that water, you wind up becoming thirsty and tired. So, how do you think you can prevent yourself from getting dehydrated?
Drink water.
Very good. All right. So, our next thing that I'm going to go over here is all right, let's see. I'm going to give you all an example. Say I take my dog on a walk on a very hot day and I start to see him pant. Is he dehydrated?
Yes, I would think so. Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Yes, very good. So, now that we know what that means, and we've done our examples of the word dehydrate, does anyone have any questions that I can answer?
Nope. So dehydrate is basically just when you don't have enough water, you're dehydrated.
Yes. So dehydrate, like I said, means to remove the water from something. So I went ahead and I made us a little chart here. So there's our dehydrated fruit. There's our prefix de. Our part of speech is a verb. Our word is dehydrate. Our synonyms are dry out, drain, evaporate. Our antonyms, which mean the opposite, are hydrate, moisten, and soak. In my own words, the word means to remove water. The definition is to lose water or have it removed. For example, panting, sweating. And in a sentence, if you don't drink enough water, you can dehydrate. So, does everyone understand what dehydrate means?
Yeah, I get it. Yep, I understand. Yes. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and dismiss you all for recess. Have a good day.
Welcome back. Congrats on completing your simulation. How are you feeling after the lesson?
Pretty good.
Good. Well, I appreciate our time together today. For next steps, once you receive the link to your recording, please submit it for assessment. It'll be evaluated according to the rubric requirements, and you'll receive your results after the evaluation is complete. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your course mentor for further support. And thanks so much, Autumn. We hope to see you again soon.